The Lagos state government has announced an ambitious project that it hopes would make Lagos the next technological frontier. The project is tagged Code Lagos and it aims to teach 1 million residents how to code by 2019. Special advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Education, Obafela Bank Olemo, joins us on the show to share his thoughts on the merits of the project and how the government intends to sustain it.
Why Code Lagos?
For us in Lagos State, we're confident that technology will play a key part in the future of Lagos. Technology will ensure that Lagos continues to prosper. And we think it's critical that we start preparing Lagosians for that future. You and I know technology has made the world smaller. It's a global economy. The average Lagosian is competing for a job. It's competing not only with Nigerians or Africans, but it's competing with people from all around the world. So for us, Code Lagos is a way to prepare them for that future of Lagos that's going to be technology driven, and we're excited about the potentials of that for Lagos.
And so tell us a bit about the project.
Well, Code Lagos is aimed at training 1 million Lagosians on learning them how to code, how to program over the next 3 years.
Free of charge?
Free of charge, totally free. The model is private sector and public sector driven, a PPP, that tries to ensure that we play to the strength of government and to the strength of the private sector and bring them together to solve a problem that ultimately will help private sector grow. You know, Lagos is currently the 5th largest economy in Africa. Our plan, according to the governor, is to grow this economy to become the 3rd largest in Africa. For that to happen, technology must play a key part. So what we've tried to do is to come up with a model that will help us achieve that. So we're taking coding centers into all our schools, both public and private. So if you're within our school system, there's a coding center in your school that will teach you programming from primary 4 all the way to SS3.
You mentioned 1 million people.
Yeah.
That's a lot. How would it be funded?
You know, one of the key things that I like the fact that you're asking that question, because people keep saying 1 million, that's a lot. Lagos is 23 million people and counting. According to United Nations, close to 750,000 people come into the state on a yearly basis. Of that 750,000, less than 20% leave. The remaining 80% stay in the states. I mean, so that tells you the number of people we have in the state. If you want to change things, if you want to do something that will change the state, you must play numbers. Government must do numbers. You know, I mean, we're not private sector. Private sector, I'm kind of comfortable doing 1,000 people, 5,000 people, and celebrate that. But we're government. Government must think big because we have a big responsibility. So what we've done is to say 1 million people. We can't do it by ourselves, but we have funds as government, but we have private sector funds also that we're going to bring together to help us achieve and deliver this.
And funding will be a challenge.
I strongly believe that if you create product that is needed, funds will come. I mean, if you look at throughout history, I mean, people have said, look at the way we've evolved. We had the first industrial revolution that was driven by steam engine. We had the second industrial revolution that was driven by electricity. We had the third industrial revolution that was technology driven. People are saying this is the 4th industrial revolution because the way we live has changed. I mean, the way we govern has changed. And the way our children study has changed, all because of technology. Now, if you look at human history, whenever we've done things that are critical to our survival, the funds have always come. So for us, what have we done? The model we've created is to create a pool that allows anybody to feed into this. So how much does it take to set up a coding center? Maybe 5 million naira to set up one coding center. So if you are an organization, even an individual, if you can set up a coding center in an alma mater.
A CSR.
A CSR. Let me explain to you one of the things we did. We reached out to all the associations, all student associations in Lagos State. We called them together and said, you know what, set up a coding center in your school. Because the government is doing this. What we do as government, we'll train the facilitators at no cost to you. We'll monitor, and also once a year, we'll have a hackathon competition that we're going to bring everybody together to see. We're confident that by so doing, I mean, a lot of associations have reached out to us and said, you know what, we'll set up a coding center in our schools because we don't want to be left behind. So we're being innovative in the way we're trying to do these things, you know, to tap into funds to drive Code Lagos.
So how do you select the students or the people that will be part of this program?
I mean, 2 selection processes. Let's look at the area of the facilitators, because they're very critical. Over the weekend, we trained 100 master facilitators, master trainers. that will cascade and train the next 1,000 facilitators. So what we did was that you go to codelagos.org, you fill if you want to be a facilitator, you fill in the forms there. Then we screen them and we pick the best 100, And we've been very excited by what we've done. I mean, the training went very, very well. Now, we'll now cascade down to the next 1,000 facilitators over the next 2 weeks. We're going to be training the next 1,000 facilitators. Now, that's how we selected the first. For the students itself, I mean, depending on the size of the coding centers, the minimum size we're trying to do is a coding center that will train a minimum of like 100 students in a week.
STEM students?
I mean, it's open. You don't have to be STEM students. If you're interested in coding, why not? Initially, what I expect is that what you see is that the first batch will probably be STEM students, and that is okay by us. But the larger the coding centers become, the more exciting it becomes. It's open to everybody. Everybody can code. Anybody can code. You don't have to be an IT student. But ultimately, because of the numbers we want to do, and the fact that we're opening up these coding centers in different places, we're confident that you will see different people come up. Let me tell you one thing I've learned, and I say this, I'm confident that if you give the average Nigerian an opportunity, a level playing field, with anybody from any country in the world, he will excel. And if you look at it in our universities all around the world, you see them. Nigerians that have been given a level playing field, they beat anybody from any other country in the world. Nigerians are aggressive people. Nigerians are competitive people. As governments, what we're trying to do with Code Lagos is to democratize education and give everybody a chance to succeed.
So how does Code Lagos play out with the Educate Lagos project?
Oh, Educate Lagos is another thing we're very excited about. One of the key mandates the governor gave us last year was to ensure that we create a system that brings everybody along. The only thing government says is a Lagos that works for all, an inclusive government. And education, and if you want to make a Lagos work for all, education is critical to us. So we said to ourselves, how can we do that? And that's why we have Code Lagos. Educate Lagos, we're launching it this month. And the plan is on Educate Lagos, we have education content for every student in Lagos and also in the country. I mean, it's open to everybody. So what you have is, we have textbooks from primary 1 to SS3, all the textbooks. We have educational videos, tutorials, also on that portal. We have motivational podcasts on that portal. We have every content you need to succeed. And beyond that, the next question I know you're going to ask is data. How do you get it? And I'm happy to announce that we're very close to. We're talking to telcos, and the next 1 week we'll announce a deal that ensures that every student will have up to 100 hours of free data on that portal. So if you have no data, you have up to 100 hours of free data. So the question is this: if you feel it's not the fault of the government any longer, then parents must ensure that this portal is being used, and we all push it. But what we've tried to do is just to ensure that on educatelagos.com, everything you need to succeed is there.
Can you tell Nigerians categorically that these projects will be sustainable on the long run?
I think what this administration of His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos, has proven in 2 years, no, less than 2 years really, it'll be 2 years next month, is that we mean business. I mean, the way the lives of Lagosians have changed in the past 2 years, people are asking, how come? But we were talking off camera, and you asked me that, does the governor, is he IT savvy? I said, the governor replies his emails himself. I mean, you send him an email and 2 a.m. you get a response to you and you say, wow, does this man sleep? He's a hands-on person. And that's why you're seeing so many things happen in Lagos State. I can guarantee Lagosians that everything we're doing, we've built sustainability into it because we know that it's critical that happens. So the digital library, the Educate Lagos we're doing, it's going to be ultimately driven by good government and private sector to ensure that it's sustainable. The Code Lagos initiative also, the Ready Set Work initiative, everything we're doing, we've built sustainability into it. So ultimately, you're going to see that the lives of avid Lagosians and Nigerians are better because of the things we're doing.
But I think you've been on Techness today.
It's a pleasure.
We'll come back again after 1 year.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to talk about this again. Thank you very much.
We've come to the end of today's show. Do follow us on social media, and remember, you can watch these and previous editions of the show on the channel's TV YouTube account or via my blog, cfatech.ng. For Tech Trends, I'm Chukwemeka Agbata.